No, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
All I remember is funding source and contingency.
Yeah, I remember. Didn't we stop at contingent at that?
Yeah, that's what I think so.
Mm-hmm.
But after the sessions, a little bit hands-on in some environment, if you do, you'll remember, otherwise you'll be back to
Yeah.
square one. Especially funding source contingency. Contingency adds to the funding source and the funding amount increases. But meanwhile, this transactions are even preserved for to know when what was added to the funding. So that was a good candidate to try it out. Anyway, we have not gone too far. So what is next in LLW? You want to open up the application, one of you?
Yeah, so I lost access again, so if you wanna go ahead and
Oh, you want me to do it?
yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
have like full
Okay.
access.
It can be an environment, right?
See the one where you have little controls so that in case we need to do some tweaks. QA you try usually. I think you tried QA last time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did you guys eat lunch?
Yes.
No.
Aldo is late person, right? Late eating.
Yeah.
Like Indians.
Sometimes if I get hungry, I'll do it at 12. But I mean, sometimes only.
Yeah, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, so I'm hungry early.
Oh wow, yeah. You mentioned one that you sleep at 8, right?
Yeah, I go to sleep
Oh,
super
that's true.
early.
That's
I'm
super
like
early.
snoring by 9.
I've only done that a few times in my life. So here it is. Where do you want me to go? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Wait just a second. Okay. So let's see what else we have in the LLW menu. I think we started with Node and things like that. So we did
Yeah. I think
estimate
so.
tracking, we left because that's related to capacity. We'll touch it. It's a little heavy duty.
Yeah. So
We did.
I mean, maybe we'll go to that later, but I just want to understand like some of the stuff that is right here. I understand that it is for I mean, on this screen specifically, I know that it is for filtering. But some like the management template and the stations and all that stuff, like just want to understand what they are. But maybe, I mean,
We
however
did
you
cover
want.
it, Aldo, in the API page. Remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
like one of the first things we went over.
Okay.
If
Maybe.
Well,
I'm
that's
not mis-
okay. When you try, you'll no, that
Yeah.
is a
Just
little
I need
heavy
to.
duty.
Yeah.
All
Maybe it's just.
the videos are I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I uploaded them. If not, I'll send you a link to the folder. And they're
Okay.
labeled.
Okay. Sounds good.
Mhm.
No, after that also you could have questions, especially that those are the heavy
Yeah.
duty areas, controlling areas, something like foundation of a building. So I expect you to come back with questions. That's not a problem. But
Yeah.
if you just want a refresher, look at that first and then.
Yeah. I'll look at that first. After the holidays, I don't remember much. But no.
Yeah. That's okay.
So where do you want me to go? LW and then what else?
Yeah, we did look at funding source and we did contingency until you try it out, and so we leave it till then. If you have questions, then that's allocate funding source and contingencies to relates to the the amount allocated for the project, how much it has been funded from which bucket and everything. And contingency is when they see, how we say we underestimated our effort on the enhancement or something like that, and they add to it. They get approvals and add to it. That goes through contingency and that gets added to the funding, but they keep record of when what was added into what bucket. Bucket means the funding source, I mean. So next is LLW to node activity, LLW to LLW. Three of them are very similar screens and not much. They are attributes, but not so significant that they control the workflow or anything. So basically, you can see one LLW, go into one of them, those will go fast. There's not much to tell, and they don't get really used all over the
Monica,
application.
sorry, have you mentioned what a node is?
It's a granular representation of work done. Oh, pull it up, you'll see by the descriptions. Pull it up for any LLW.
You want me to pull one LW in here?
Yeah. Most of them would have it.
Let me see
No
if-
data.
You're
You'll have
saying
to
that the
randomly
one
pick it.
this one's the one that starts with 2. This is dummy data, right? Or is it where? Well, this
What
is
is the LLW number?
weird.
Take 1, 3, something, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. I don't know. I'm just somewhere in the middle of the life LLWs. Nothing is coming up. Shouldn't be like that, but when you will have to pull it up something from.
134095. No.
Okay, maybe you have access in this environment, right? Add if you want.
13841.
Okay, add. Where is the add? I don't know. You pull up a LLW.
No, but I suppose that
LLWs are
after.
not getting pulled up only, right?
It's at the bottom of the where it says available.
Yeah, but I already clicked and
Oh.
nothing happens.
No, the LLW information is not getting retrieved until that
Right.
gets retrieved.
I suppose that we need to retrieve for something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, no, there's no condition, but this is something going not right. Okay, this you from the solar you are picking, I don't know.
Yes, I'm picking from the solar.
Yeah, QA solar points to, I don't know. But
No,
1, 3
there's
and all are in the middle of
QA
the.
QA solar is actually, they have their own solar and it is working fine.
Yeah, but then that as it is, you're picking 1, 3 something which is in the middle. Is there a space before something when you cut and paste? Something is happening. Why none
No.
of them are getting picked up?
No, I'm not pasting. It doesn't allow me to copy and paste. So
That's surprising that it's pulling up now. Okay, no, fine. Okay, go back. I don't think so for all of them. They might be, but add is also not activated for you, right?
yeah.
That is because of security. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it has to deal with security. 138197.
No, but data should appear. It doesn't allow you to edit. I can understand. Can you go just stay at the LLW node for a second? Let me see if there's anything we can. Now the nodes, activity, capital plan category, all are basically classifications of the work done, but in some different formats.
Let me see if this one works. 137327. No.
All of them are capacity projects. What are they? I don't know. Are they all capacity?
Yeah, CAP. Oh no,
Yeah.
this. Do you want a capacity one?
No, I was thinking if they're capacity. But what is this? Something not right here, Aldo. A building is coming blank, everything is coming blank. This environment has some issue. You're going to API page and building is blank. Building should always be there with the school. Org code is whatever. Org name is blank. There's something not right in this environment. Pick another environment. We're not going to edit, so. At
Okay,
least
so
you can
let's
see
go
the
to
data.
let's go to UAT then.
Just that you should have access to that page, that's it.
Oh,
Edit.
yeah. I won't be having access to that page. I don't have access to.
Dev 2, go to Dev 2.
Dev 2 is even worse than QA.
Okay, no problem. Maybe it'll be better today.
That's why I don't even have access to anything anymore.
No, I'm not getting a
Anything.
chance. I'll set up the access so that LLW. First see whether you have the menu option. Above LLW. LLW to node you don't have anything else. Okay, let's
Yeah.
just use the node if it works here. Security is set up like that. Node is there.
Yeah, all these old W's are not working.
Something doesn't look right in all environments. Go to that page. Don't go to API. Go to node page.
Mm-hmm.
Plug in something. Or
Like
name, building name, something. There's a disconnect
what's
of.
this?
You know what? They've refreshed things halfway, then everything gets disturbed.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I have on any means. I don't know if I can show a node somewhere. Let me try. Okay, meanwhile in QA try something active, but they all will work the same actually. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let me see. I found node in production. I have node, but only node, but others are similar. So let's just at least see that for viewing purpose. Actually, I don't know. Maybe you don't have. Where is it? But we won't be able to do anything with it. Next time.
Oh, and Stephanie, yesterday the deployment was done. So for the issue related to the Power BI reports,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be opening the reports in a new tab, and it should be working fine.
Yeah, I think I was there for that conversation. Let me let Michael know. But it's
Okay.
good. All right, thank you.
Okay, now where is the share? No, it's not letting me share. Because you are sharing, that's why no, right? That shouldn't affect. That doesn't let me share.
No, it
I
would.
think
It should switch.
yeah, but it's not even pulling up. Okay, try UAT.
No, I won't be having access to that in the UAT because it is being
Let's
refreshed
see.
from. Okay.
Let's see. How come QA is so messed up? Oh, you don't even have.
I think that we
LLW.
should be refreshing the database and the solar. But you're saying that the solar takes like 5 hours, right?
I don't know. And what is I need to know this because there's something needs to be done related to solar. There's so much work. So many
Yeah.
things get disturbed. And what is the schedule? When does it get refreshed? I mean, it's complete solar indexing. Simon says it happens every week. I'm not sure. We need to find out those
Yeah.
things and work
We need
accordingly.
we need to find time to fix our environments.
Time is the factor.
Whenever-
Who has the time?
Yeah, that's the problem, the time.
No, I know, but I mean, sometimes, I mean, it will be easier to
Okay.
fix
I will
like
show
data
you
from.
later. Open QA where it doesn't work, whatever it is. Just open the screen. I'll tell you what it is, and then we'll do hands-on a little later. Okay, node assignment. So basically, node is a attribute of a LLW. It's a multiple attributes are associated with the LLW. It could be multiple nodes per LLW. It comes from pip. When the project is created, it does get values from there. Not necessarily, it's not mandatory, but it does come with the initiation of the project. And then later could be changed or added or whatever, removed, basically maintained in PTS. And those whatever we maintain, it doesn't go back to pip. So basically, the latest is always in PTS once LLW is created. So when LLW is created, we could get, and we come to this page, we could have two entries saying code is this, description is this, and basically identifiers what all were. It's not exactly, but it's classification of work only in different ways. So basically, and then the comments, they just enter those comments and save it, and that's about it. It doesn't hold any significance to the workflow of a project. It's just an attribute identifiers, which are multiple per LLW. And they start from pip and then later maintained here. Not maintained much also, according to me. So that's one attribute which is at, like, the other attributes MS4 or plan capital category, that those are one attribute value associated with a project. So that those kind of attributes are mostly on the API page, which is one per LLW. These are attributes which are multiple values per LLW, so there's a separate screen. That's about it. And that available and whatever is just, how you pick. So that's just basic functioning of the screen. And there's a table behind it which maintains it separately so that multiple entries per LLW can be there. It's LLW. Now the the master list of nodes comes from pip. I think we maintain a copy of it at our end. We use it, but the authoritative source for the list of nodes is pip. That's the dropdown which comes when we enter the nodes. It's basically coming from pip via a snapshot in PTS. All the snapshots and everything have to be cleaned up and it has to be streamlined. As of now, I think it's a snapshot. It populates the R table and we use our table. But basically, the new entries, everything gets defined in pip. And I think there's a sync process which syncs it. Now, which sync process, whether it's a Hangfire job or whether it's a SQL Server job, that all again, I don't have the list ready, handy. But basically, the main thing is it's the authoritative source for the list of nodes is pip. And here we have multiple values associated with the LLW. And in the life cycle of a project, you won't see this much anywhere. Okay, the next one is LLW, link LLW to activity. You are in in QA, it came up, the ones. I think it was activity and LLW to LLW. Yeah, so activity, if you'll see, the screens will be very similar. Activity is also, again, work representation, but when we see the data, we'll realize that how a little bit differently it's maintained. Activity, I'm not sure. I think it comes from pip, but I'll have to look it up and tell you. Again, multiple values per LLW, same, whatever I said for node applies here. Master list also comes from pip, everything applies same. And the screen looks same and it has a different transaction table called LLWT. LLW stands for that it's LLW level attribute, the naming convention of the tables. Underscore T stands for the transaction and underscore activities for the actual attribute. And the node one will be LLW underscore T node. So this is just a little backend table name which stores the information. Again, not used significantly or at all in the later part of the project. Okay. And then comes LLW to LLW. This, according to me, this of course even doesn't come at the time of initiation, but later they associate one LLW to another if the work is linked for some purpose, some reporting purpose. Again, not used significantly The table behind it is LLW underscore T underscore LLW, which links one LLW to another LLW. And you could link one LLW to multiple LLWs. It's for reporting purpose, but very seldom used according to me. And that association starts in PTS only because it cannot be available when a project is created. So these are the three link screens which are related to an LLW. So they appear under the LLW menu. And then let's go to the menu. What's next? Next
Link
is,
LW to LW.
we did that, right? Just now.
Oh yeah, node, right? No,
No,
we
we
did
did.
LW. I
We
think
did
we
all
did L.
three.
Aren't we
We-
missing this one, the third one?
No, the third one I said, right? Just now I was talking that we link one LLW to another based on work related to each other. This association happens in PTS itself and doesn't come from PIP. And this is just LLW linked to another LLW, which could be linked to multiple also for reporting purposes. I think the ones which are to be linked are supposed to be of the same building or something. Some school or building has to be the same. So if work is done together, so they just club them together so that they have some identifier that work is to be done together. Maybe they use it later for bundling or packaging or something. But these are identifiers telling that this work will be related to this work or this, how it has to be happened together or something like that. And complete LLW updates, Aldo, probably you know that because you use this as a baseline for one of your screens, right? You create bulk update. It's a bulk update on API page. I had shown you this, which is on API page. We do this. API page is for one LLW. So over there you'll see a checkbox called complete LLW updates. So we do that for one LLW. And when I did the API page, I told everybody that when this checkbox is marked in the API page for a LLW, it changes status. It changes status from PC. Basically, this is opened up when the project is in PC, PS, AC, active. So when pre-scope is being done and when they're done with the LLW attributes complete means they've done whatever they have to do with the LLW, they mark it as complete. Once they mark it as complete, it goes to ready to forward. That means the pre-scope job is done and pre-scope job is done by project controls or ODC department. So they're done and it's ready to forward it to the next team, the A&E team ideally in most of the cases based on the
Oh.
management template. So then that means that they are ready to hand it over to the next department. So this is where when they tell that today, like supposing we are doing coding and today I complete my master contract. So I'll say coding complete. And then it has to go to QA. So I said I completed it today. QA is not ready to start or anything. They start after 3 days. It should not show that I completed it after 3 days. So basically I mark it as complete and then we forward it to them. I forward it to QA today itself after I complete it. But they take it up and when they start after 3 days, they'll say, okay, we start today. So now it becomes active. So this is the significance of, so that delays and lags are not shown into somebody's buckets. So basically when this gets marked for a LLW, the status changes to ready to forward. That means they're done with their job and they're ready to forward it to the another group. So this screen basically is doing the same, but it's doing for multiple LLWs at one time. So what happens is when they create LLWs from PIP, they probably most of the times like you do bulk update, they do bulk initiation. They create 200 LLWs at one shot. They put everything together and they kick it off and it comes 200 LLWs get created in PTS. Now for all of them, they go through whatever attributes they have to set. Once they're set, their times, then they do it for all 200 and they say, okay, now we're ready to mark them as LLW complete because we have done with this whole batch what got created yesterday. So that's the time, instead of going to API 200 times, API page 200 times for each LLW, they come here and what this screen filters is based on the status. It says only list the projects which are in PC, PS, AC, because that's when that's the checkbox gets checked. So it's going to list those projects. So that's the filter which shows the number of projects here or the eligible projects here. And then you of course have the option to bulk select all or select multiple and kick it off. So what happens is it becomes easier for them. Basically the main concept of that bulk update that you did. So they mark all of the 200 as ready to forward. And then whoever is responsible to forward it to the next team goes and does forwarding, which is another option in PTS. So basically, this is a bulk update screen, and for what attribute? LLW's LLW's update completed attribute, which at a LLW level is an API page, and we use this screen to do it in bulk, and it does change status. So not everything that we do changes status, but this is one of the one which changes status. And a very different thing it does is it sends this date, which is the pre-scope complete date or the end date of pre-scope to PPM. There's very seldom we send date to PPM. PPM is the controller of the schedule and the dates, but this is one of the instances where a date is populated in PPM by PTS. So that is for this screen. This
Okay.
is, and what else?
So it is basically like the bulk management template screen, but this is moving it to a specific new status, right? To a completed
Yeah.
status.
Yeah, but your
Every
bulk
sen-
management update also changes. Your bulk update management also changes status.
Right, yeah, but you specify to which status, right? And the bulk management screen. On this one, you don't specify. It is moved into. So I suppose
Mhm.
the difference
You
is
don't
that
specify in bulk management, you specify from which management template to which management template, right? Or you specify status also, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, you specify status. It's granular, it's more granular to filter the projects which are to be processed. Here, yes, the filtering is happening on its own based on a particular status because that's the only status where LLW updates completed is allowed or is applicable. So
Oh, yeah.
that is it. And so this completes the LLW menu option except estimate tracking. Estimate tracking, actually, I also don't know much, but whatever I know, we'll come to it, but we'll probably touch it more when we do capacity projects.
Oh, it is not
because-
bringing any data in. It is not bring. This one's not bringing any data in. QA. This is weird.
Don't go by. Oh, this is also a part of the LLW menu, but this I don't need to tell because this both of you know about this.
Yeah.
So, except estimate tracking, which we'll revisit when we go a little more into capacity projects.
There used to be an error, right, Stephanie, that Didier was having with this screen.
Yes.
Is
You
do you
I'll
guys
tell
already,
you. You
or
want
do we
me?
have it on the backlog? Okay.
You want to know?
Yeah. What was the issue?
I think it's usability. I didn't get a chance to try it, but what happened is, because why I insisted is might be usability is because QA did test it, right? So, it couldn't have got missed from there. Then what DDI does is, you could try it actually, maybe we'll knock it down, but oh, nothing is coming. What he did is he wanted to do bulk update, so he thought he had to do 180 projects. So he thought he'll do it in batches of 10 each, just to have a comfort zone because I think he was using it for the first time. So when he marked the 10 he wants, so what happened is, and he said process it. It only processed the last one that he marked.
I don't know.
Nine, and out of the 10, it didn't process 9, it processed the 10th one, which he checked. So I was thinking maybe, he's supposed to tab out after he does, and he did not, so it doesn't register it as a selected item or something like that. I really didn't go and try, but my guess was towards that side, that why only the last, because what I did is I called him. I first thought it's just basic usability. I told him, I said, do one. He did one. It happened. It processed. I said, do two. He did two. And only the second one got processed. I said, do seven. He did seven. Only the seventh one got processed. So then later I was thinking maybe it's to do with, he doesn't tab out the others. Entries don't get registered for change.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. That's all I have
So
my
so is
observation.
that still happen? So is that issue still happening in production?
I assume, I think he was not in a rush to do that thing, so he's still not done it. And then we were busy because as it is, I was by
Okay.
myself. So this also what I'm saying, I didn't even try myself, but I understood the issue because he was with me and doing it. And but I later just came to my mind just it could be something other than what I'm saying, but that was the observation and that was a clue I was getting that maybe it's not registering the other thing because I said QA could be using it a little differently where they got it.
Yeah.
So if they are doing select all or and then after that unselect a couple of them, maybe usability. So that's what I have. I think it must be a small thing as far as I think, but I didn't get to try and conclude it.
Okay. So I guess that when he is trying to do this again, he'll let us know.
No.
Or
When
we can
you
include
get,
this.
you should once slot it somewhere. I think he's waiting. He's not in too much rush, but he's not going to wait forever also.
Okay, so let's include a user story for that in the next sprints.
Okay, it's in the backlog.
Oh.
I'll add it to next.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon is there with us. I didn't even realize. So it's going on and on. But anyway, so we don't hear you good, Simon.
Huh?
What is it?
No, yeah, that fix for Didier, right? We should get that done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Well,
adding
this-
into the sprint that's for Tuesday.
Okay.
I think we
Oh,
can keep it now for this meeting is only half an hour, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We did cover a couple of things which were not very heavy duty, but we covered and we did discuss about this issue we faced also. So we kind of almost done with the LLW menu except estimate tracking, which I would leave for a little later.
Okay. So Simon and maybe you guys can Stephanie, you can stop recording.